Dr. Amanda with StraightSmile Solutions, StraightSmileSolutions.com, and today we're going to talk about the TMT, Tooth Movement Table, and how you can look at that in Invisalign or ClearCorrect or even global clear aligners to see if you can possibly do attachmentless aligners, or you can even look at it to see if you even can cut back on attachments or if you need to add more attachments. So I find these tables super useful. Before they publish these tables, and if you want to find it, you can look, it should be on the top right of your kind of table, your tabs at the top. If you're doing it on an iPad or a phone, you're gonna have to, it's gonna be in subtabs. You're gonna have to look for it. It's called TMT. So it might be hiding under some of the tabs towards the top right. I have a few other videos on TMT and I actually show you exactly where to look. So you can search by keyword within my YouTube channel to watch the other videos on TMT and all my other videos on how to do attachmentless aligners to see if your patient can qualify for it. But for the most part, what I'm looking for attachmentless aligners is I'm looking for no extrusions. So right now, you can see here, there's an extrusion here, there's an extrusion here. That's a severe extrusion there, right? That's 1.0 millimeters. 0.1 is not a huge deal to me because for the most part, you can probably get that just by engaging an undercut. But something like this, 1.0 millimeters, is not gonna happen without an attachment. So I'm looking for like some major movements, like even here, 39.7 degrees of mesial crown tip. You can toggle it to root tip. That is a lot of tip. You're gonna need an attachment for that. So I'm looking for big movements. Now, I wish that there was a way that Invisalign had like a toggle button where you could say, is this possible for attachmentless aligners? I wish they could program it in and say it's predictable. You can ask for it and they will do it, but it doesn't mean it's predictable, right? So I would love for them to use their algorithm to tell us whether or not it's predictable, or even possibly create a ClinCheck without them to see what it looks like, or to say, no, it's not possible. You know, I'm just going by my experience, which is very minor movements, no major rotations, no major root tip, no major torque, no major extrusions, anything like that. All I'm looking for is just very, very minor movements, is basically without extrusions. So that's what I'm looking for. Again, it's something that's still kind of new. I personally think you get better luck not using Invisalign with attachmentless just because of the softness of the material, the pliability, as well as the trim. It's not as successful. It's better to use a company like Reveal or ClearCorrect if you want to do attachmentless aligners. But again, you have to look at the TMT. Not all those companies provide a TMT. And of course, some people will plunk it in Invisalign, work it up, look at the TMT, and then put it in another system once they know it's possible. Hey, it's free. Sorry, Invisalign, but at this moment, you don't charge for that. So if you were smart, you'd start charging for it if people didn't proceed, just a small fee. But I know that will decrease people from, using your service, or have some type of ratio, for doctors that are abandoning a lot of ClinChecks, over 30–40%, maybe you charge for those. I don't know, just a suggestion. I'm always looking for ways for companies to optimize things, but you know what? You can get real creative in using their resources. So in any case, as you all know, I don't work for Align Technology, so they just have a really good dashboard and a lot of really good services. So I do really like the product. It's just crazy expensive. So I understand if some of you can't use it. All right, thanks so much. And of course, the biggest issue with Align Technology is they don't take all the scanners. Once they start taking all the scanners, I will be much more on their side. I think what they're doing right now is pretty crappy. A lot of doctors got screwed over. And a lot of doctors really hate the iTero for their restorative, and they don't want to purchase two scanners. So they really should allow you to use any scanner. We know it works because they do it in other countries. So you can't, initially they were saying, oh, we don't know that it works. It does work. It works fine. I work with them in Australia and other countries. It works fine. So just charge the doctors a surcharge if they're going to use a different scanner besides an iTero. 20, 30 bucks a case. You know what? They do enough volume, they'll buy an iTero. If they don't, they'll just pay that money, and you'll get so much more. It'll be so much less stressful for me because so many doctors are trying to do impressions and it's just not coming out well. So why not just get along, Anyways, all right, hopefully this was helpful. Thanks.